Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Manny, and I tell paranormal stories on here that real paranormal stories that happened to me, and I've had a lifetime of them. This one though is not paranormal, but it's funny, and it was scary at the time. So when I was about, I want to say I was about 13 or 14 years old. My mom and dad had separated years ago, and my mom lived way up in the mountains in Orville, California, and in the summer I would go up there and visit her, and her husband had a son. He was maybe 17. He was older than me, and we were good friends. We didn't really spend time together unless, I mean, once in a while, but unless I went up there. So if I went up there and he knew, he would go visit for that weekend or whatever. So they lived way up in the mountains. It wasn't in the town of Orville. It was up Highway 70. It was literally up in the mountains. And there's a lot of people that live up in those mountains, and they had a rec center. I don't think it was a school. I think it was just a rec center. But in the summertime, they would have like dances and things there was a big pool there, and they would have these events for the kids, for the teenagers and stuff, because the town was quite a ways away. So somehow we found out about it. I know we knew a few people up there and stuff. So we were all excited. We're going to go to this dance. And it was, it was at night. It was warm. It was summertime. And back then, at the time, man, the clothing back then was ugly. They had these bell-bottom slacks thing called, I think it was called Angel's Flight pants, and then these silk shirts, kind of like in the movie Saturday Night Fever, ugly shit like that. 70s fashion was really bad. But anyway, so we go to this dance, and my stepbrothers got game. I was always a fat kid growing up, and I lost a bunch of weight between the age of like 12 and 13, 14. I got in really good shape. So, I was feeling good about going to the dance, So me and my stepbrother, we get there, and we're hanging out. And after a while, these two girls come over and they start talking to us. It's a typical teenager, dance thing, playing music and stuff. And they come over and they start talking to us. And I'm kind of hitting it off with this girl, And my stepbrother keeps saying, "Hey, man, go dance with her." The problem is, I don't know how to dance. I've never danced ever at this point. I have no clue how to dance. So, then some more of their friends come over, and everybody's dancing it, and they keep saying, "Hey, ask her to dance. She wants to dance with you." But I don't know how to dance. So finally my stepbrother goes, "Dude, just go out there and do what everybody else is doing. Just kind of look around." So I was feeling kind of good, and I liked this girl. So I was like, "All right, hey, you want to dance?" So we get out there, and dude, I don't know how to dance. I'm out there. Probably look like a corpse reanimating, like a monkey fucking a football. I'm trying, you know what I mean? But I'm sure it looked really bad. And I noticed, I'm doing my thing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing actually, but I'm trying. And I look up and I notice the girl's kind of giggling, you know what I mean? Which made me feel kind of bad. I kind of slowed my roll, and I look over to where my stepbrother and all those people are standing, and they are like doubled over laughing at me. Oh man, I felt so mortified. I was pissed. So I just walked off the dance floor, and I went over to my stepbrother. I'm like, "You know what? Fuck you. I'm going back. I'm going back home." And he goes, "Man, it's because this is up in the mountains. There's no street lights, and it's a couple miles down these country roads." And he goes, "You can't walk back." I'm like, "Fuck you." And I left. So, I'm walking down these roads. I know the way, but it's dark out. There's no light. There's no street lights and stuff, Anyway, so I'm walking, and for like the first half mile or something, I'm not thinking about that I'm way in the fuck up in the mountains on these streets, these roads with no street lights or nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just mad that I made an ass of myself, I'm thinking about it. I'm all sourpuss, pissed off. Then about half mile in, man, I start looking around and shit and realizing you're way in the fuck up in the mountains. There's nobody around. There's no light, and there's bear and mountain lion and shit up here. In my mind, there's bear and mountain lion all around me. I'm a kid. So now I start getting kind of scared, man. And I'm hearing shit in the, in the bushes, or at least I think I'm hearing, I'm getting all paranoid and shit. So now I start kind of high stepping it. Fuck, man. I'm not get killed out here, you know what I mean? And no cars came by, nothing to give you a little sense of comfort, like there's some civilization. It's just up in the mountains, So I'm going, you know what I mean? I'm getting more and more scared. And where my mom lived, the road was up here, and then her driveway went down, and they had this like street light, like it looked like a real street light, and then it lit everything. So you could see it from a distance. And now at this point, I'm scared. You know what I mean? And I'm hightailing it, going, and I see the driveway. I'm fucking, and right, I don't know, maybe 100 feet from the driveway, I really start hearing shit in the bushes, dude. I'm getting fucking scared. So I start running down, and I get halfway down the driveway, and I get the balls to turn around and look, and across the road and up an embankment was a fucking deer. I was scared. To me, everything I heard in them fucking bushes was like a bear or fucking a werewolf or some shit out of a movie I saw. I was terrified. Anyway, it was a fucking deer. So I go down, I go in, nothing happened, obviously. I'm getting all calmed down, and then they went to get my stepbrother. When they brought him back, that fucker was telling me how everybody got the biggest kick of how stupid I looked dance. Anyway, not paranormal, but funny now that I look back at it. Everybody have a great day. Thanks. Bye.